Money itself is not the problem. The real problem is how we use it. There are people earning $3,000 a month who feel trapped, always broke, always stressed. And then there are others, earning the same, or even less, who are quietly saving, investing, and building a future for themselves and their families. So, what's the difference? It's not luck. It's not a secret inheritance. It's not even about having a better paying job. The difference lies in how they handle every dollar that comes into their hands. Think about this. Money is like seeds. Some people throw them away without realizing their value, while others plant them carefully, nurture them, and watch them grow into forests. Today, I'll share with you 8 powerful ways to turn your salary into wealth. These are not theories. These are proven principles that, if you apply them, can completely transform your financial life. So grab a notebook, open your mind, and let's dive in. 1. Pay yourself first. Most people work hard all month, get their paycheck, and then spend it on bills, rent, food, debts, entertainment, and at the end of the month, they try to save what's left. But let me ask you, how often is there anything left? Almost never. Wealthy people do the opposite. They save first. Before paying anyone else, before spending a single dollar, they pay themselves. Even if it's just 10% of their income or $100, or even $50, they separate it immediately. Here's why. Saving is not about the amount, it's about the habit. And once you build the habit, the amount will naturally grow. Imagine you save $200 every month. That's $2,400 in a year. Over 10 years, without even investing, you'd have $24,000. Add the power of investing, and that number can multiply dramatically. The earlier you start, the more freedom you create for your future self. 2. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Let me tell you about Daniel. When he got his first job, he earned $2,000 a month. He lived in a small apartment, drove an old car, and managed to save $200 every month. 2 years later, he got a raise. His salary jumped to $3,000. But instead of saving more, he upgraded his lifestyle, a nicer apartment, a newer car, more nights out. And guess what? His savings stayed the same or worse. Sometimes he saved nothing. That's lifestyle inflation. And it happens to almost everyone. The moment we earn more, we immediately spend more. But true wealth comes when you don't raise your lifestyle every time your income increases. If Daniel had kept his old apartment just one more year and invested the extra $1,000, he could have built an emergency fund or started investing. Instead, he trapped himself in a cycle of bigger paychecks but the same financial stress. Remember this, don't let your lifestyle grow faster than your income. 3. Eliminate toxic debt. Debt is like quicksand, it pulls you down the more you struggle. Not all debt is bad. A small loan for education or a mortgage with low interest can be manageable. But credit card debt charging 25% interest? That's financial poison. Let's put it in perspective. If you owe $5,000 on a card with 25% interest and you only pay the minimum, it could take you over 20 years to pay it off. 20 years. That's how banks get rich, by keeping you trapped. The wealthy don't let that happen. They either avoid bad debt completely or destroy it as fast as possible. Here's a method. Focus on the smallest debt first. Pay it off quickly to build confidence. Then take that money and add it to the next debt. It's called the snowball effect. Little by little, you'll free yourself from the chains of toxic debt. And once you do, you'll feel lighter, more in control, and more powerful. 4. Build an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Your car breaks down. The roof leaks. You lose your job. If you're not prepared, you'll go straight back into debt. That's why you need an emergency fund, money set aside only for real emergencies. Experts recommend 3 to 6 months of expenses. Imagine the peace of mind of knowing that even if you lost your job tomorrow, you'd have enough to cover your rent, bills, and food for months. That kind of security gives you confidence. It allows you to make better decisions without fear. And here's the key: keep it separate from your regular savings. This is not money for vacations or gadgets. It's your financial shield, the difference between panic and stability when life throws challenges your way. 5. Start investing early. Saving is good, but saving alone won't make you wealthy. Why? Because inflation slowly eats away at your money. That's why you must invest. Think of investing as planting trees. The earlier you plant them, the more shade they provide in the future. You don't need thousands to start. With as little as $100, you can invest in index funds, stocks, or even online businesses. Take Laura, for example. At 25, she invested $200 every month in a simple index fund. By 40, she had over $100,000. By 55, over $400,000. All from starting small and letting time and compound growth do the heavy lifting. The biggest mistake you can make is waiting until you earn more. Start with what you have, right now. 6. Create multiple streams of income. Depending on just one paycheck is risky. If your boss lets you go, if your company struggles, your entire income disappears overnight. That's not security, that's fragility. Wealthy people know this, which is why they build multiple income streams. It doesn't mean you need 5 businesses tomorrow. Start small. Freelance. Sell a service online. Write an ebook. Rent a spare room. Even if it's just an extra $200 a month, that's one more stream flowing into your financial river. Over time, those small streams can become waterfalls. Many millionaires didn't start with millions, they started with one small side hustle that grew. Your salary should be your foundation, not your prison. 7. Choose your circle wisely. Have you ever noticed that your habits often mirror those of your closest friends? If your circle spends recklessly, always complains about money, and lives paycheck to paycheck, chances are you will too. But if you spend time with people who talk about investments, opportunities, and growth, your mindset changes. You start thinking bigger, acting smarter, and aiming higher. Show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you your future. This is why wealthy people are careful with their circles. They don't just network for business, they surround themselves with energy that pushes them forward. Ask yourself, is my circle lifting me up or holding me back? 8. Think long-term. Here's the final, and maybe the most important principle: wealth is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Most people give up too quickly. They save for a few months, then stop. They invest for a year, don't see millions, and quit. But the wealthy think long-term. They understand that every dollar saved, every debt paid off, every investment made is part of a bigger vision. Maybe it's retiring early. Maybe it's giving your kids a better future. Maybe it's simply having the freedom to travel, rest, and live without financial stress. Whatever your vision is, keep it alive. Let it guide your daily decisions. Because consistency beats intensity. Small steps taken for years will always beat giant leaps taken once. At the end of the day, your salary is not the problem. Your salary is simply a tool. What matters is how you use it. You can spend it all, month after month, and stay trapped, or you can use it to build savings, destroy debt, invest wisely, and create freedom. The choice is yours. So pay yourself first. Avoid lifestyle traps. Eliminate toxic debt. Protect yourself with an emergency fund. Start investing early. Build new income streams. Choose your circle wisely. And above all, think long-term. Do this, and even if your paycheck feels small today, it can become the foundation of wealth tomorrow. And always remember, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today.